Roasted. Let me see what this is. Hey, you called? I'm in the Philadelphia area, but I help people in like the East Coast area, depending on what they need. I just do the writing, I send it to their email, and then I send them the invoice afterwards. And then if they need more writing later on, they can let me know, and we just go on a job by job basis. Yeah, of course. Exactly. Okay. Well, I mean, that's definitely the type of thing that I help with, which is why the advertisement is up. So, and a lot of people have been calling and saying the same exact thing. Lawyers too busy, want an astronomical amount, et cetera, et cetera. So, for your situation specifically, you have two options. Option one is that you could sue the seller for the damages of the repairs and all the stuff that has to go into it, or you could sue the seller to nullify the purchase. Either option, you could sue the seller. And as far as drafting up the paperwork, that's simple enough. I can just draft it up. Buyer versus seller. House has damages that seller knew about. It's a very basic type of case. And all you have to do is print it, sign it, take it to the court, pay the filing fee, and the person's sued. And then it gets served to them, either a process server or sheriff. They're sued, and then they show up to court and they answer the complaint. And then based on that, you either work out a settlement or agreement, or you take it to the court for judgment, that type of thing. And that sounds like it kind of solves your. That would be the direction I would go. Some people would say, I mean, I'm not sure what your plans are, but you could try to talk it out with the seller, but a lot of times that also leads to a waste of time, and they usually don't take responsibility for it. So, in your case, having just purchased the home, you want to get this in court as fast as possible because the longer time goes between when the home is sold and when you're dealing with it, the more time that goes by, the harder it's going to be to, you know, get something that's, reasonable for you, I would say. So you probably want to get this in as soon as possible. So it doesn't seem like something that's too out of the ordinary and well within your rights. So, oh, it doesn't matter. I mean, you're suing the seller or you're suing the LLC, but in a lawsuit, you sue the LLC and you sue the person, and you just let the court decide which one of them it wants to stick. That's based on experience the best way to do it. If you sue the person, they might try to blame it on the LLC. See the LLC, you might say that the house belonged to the person. You never know. But the best thing to do is to just sue everybody, ask questions later. So yeah, I can give you my email. I can text you my email, and you could send me over the basic information, the address, the seller, da 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 da. I could take a look over. I could draft up the paperwork, and send you the screenshots and invoice afterward, and then we can work on getting it filed if that's the way you want to go. Perfect. Yeah. If that's possible and that's something that you can work out with, some damages can't be fixed, and people want to get out of the agreement. Other times it can be fixed, they just don't want to pay for it. So in this case, if you want to keep the home and you want to just have the amount, that's something that you can put in the complaint and take it to the court. It doesn't sound like it's too unordinary of a case, so it's definitely something that's within the limit, and it's probably pretty simple to draft up too. So yeah, just send me the information about the location and all that type of stuff, and what your interests are and stuff like that, and I can, draft it for you, send it to you, and then we can move on, one step at a time. Okay, sounds good. All right, we'll be in touch. I'll text you my email now. Thanks. Bye. I told you, folks, I should take it because as any phone call can be the fuck. Oh. Any phone call could be a case. And there's so many people that need help, but the lawyers cost so much. To file that shit is legit. A lawyer's gonna tell you, I want $3,000 to write that shit. To file it, because the lawyer gets involved in the case, and once a lawyer gets involved in the case, they have to see it through to the end. They can't just leave a client halfway, and they have to do the works. So they have to put in so much time and effort. But the person doesn't want to pay all that much. And so the difference is that not being a lawyer, you just write that shit, give it to the person to sign it in themselves, and then you're out. So I don't even have to be a part of the case, which is the best thing. And there's nobody doing that. Lawyers, they're so busy with their time, nobody's thinking of making themselves available for a lower fee just to do quick work. They're all just stuck in the thing that they're doing, and that's a huge thing. Like, I just put that ad out like 5 to 10 minutes ago, and the problem is that while I'm streaming, I might get calls like that and not be able to take them because I'm actually doing Nightmare. So it's it's a funny thing. I might need to hire a phone receptionist, so somebody to sit on the phone between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. to take calls, take clients' information, and stuff like that. But the problem is that nobody can answer those questions the same way that I did. So it was the way that I answered that guy's questions that got that conversation moving along in the way that it did. But I can't just have any person open up the phone and say, oh, this is what we're going to do. We're going to sue everybody and ask questions later. Nobody's going to say that. I'm probably one of the only people that's going to tell you to sue the fuck out of everybody and ask questions later. So that's pretty much the gist and the plan, but it's actually pretty funny.